How to make $20,000 a month side hustle working 1 hour a day.
Counting that money.
Hire a VA. 5 hours a day, Monday through Friday. 2 is have them go through all the Facebook group and start scrubbing and finding wholesalers that already had a property under contract. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook group, local RIA. 3, once they're able to find that wholesaler that already got the property under contract, connect with them, build rapport, and ask them if you can JV their deal, which means if you can send their deal out to your cash buyers list. So your VA can do all of this. 4 is download this software, because this is what your VA is going to use to pull cash buyers in any city, any states, any zip code. 5, once you're able to find the buyer for the deal, you're going to have that wholesaler sign a JV contract with you. 6, send the JV contract to that same title company that you got escrow open with. Title company will do the rest of the work and they'll get you paid. Typically on a JV deal, it's a 50-50 split. They bring a seller, you brought the buyer. So if the wholesaler were to make $20,000 on that deal, you get $10K. All you need is to do 2 of this a month. So the 1 hour that you spend is really just training your VA. All you need to focus on is building up your cash buyers list. That is something your VA can do for you. The info's there, the choice is yours. Good luck, and let's go get this money.
You have to, let's go get this money. Okay, wait. So that was fast.
Yeah.
This is 1 minute and 22 seconds. He's trying to run over a process of something that takes people years to learn. And I mean, that was weird. Okay, hold on. Let me look at that list again. That was weird.
This one is building up your cash buyers list. That is something your VA, or on that deal.
He's like, that is something your VA can do. If you have a VA and they can do everything for you, why would the VA want to get hired by you? They could just do it themselves.
Yes.
And they could get all the money. And instead, like, he's like, oh yeah, hire a VA. They'll do this for you. They'll do that for you. Do this for you. Do that. Why? What is your purpose? You don't have any purpose. They would just do it themselves, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, so what this guy is going through is this is a real process that that certain real estate wholesalers will do, right? It's a real process, right? And he kind of makes it simple. He says, okay, there's some other real estate dude similar to him on one side of the story. They will find a seller for the home, right? And he's going to find the buyer for the home, and they're going to come together in a joint venture. That's what JV means. It's a joint venture, and they're going to sell the home together, and then there's going to be an arbitrage of $20,000, and they're going to make that money. There's so much, like, it sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Because you told me you watched this guy's videos during COVID, right?
Yes.
I mean, okay, like.
And obviously, I had no clue what this guy was saying, but it sounded interesting. I was like, oh, let me show Dennis about this guy.
All right. First of all, typically when you are doing a wholesale deal, the full profit is typically around 10 grand, give or take. Some deals are more, some deals are less, right? Mm-hmm. So he's saying that the deal is 20 grand, and they're going to split it 50-50. He's going to get 10 grand, the other person's going to get 10 grand. Realistically, if you are going to split 50-50, it's going to be 5 grand. So he's like, all you have to do is 2. Now you have to do 4. Mm-hmm. Like, but no. That's not even the main part. This is the main part. Okay, it's not so simple that you have a seller and then he's the buyer. The thing is, the person who's similar to him, who's selling the house, has to go through like 20 steps. There's like 20 steps between finding the house, right? You have to find the house in the right condition. Like, it's going to be a distressed property, typically in the right condition, where if you're doing some sort of, like, you're going to flip the house, right? That house cannot be destroyed, like full on destroyed, where you have to like do some restructuring in the house. It's just going to be more cosmetic things, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to find the perfect property, right? And then you have to go through the deals and everything. You sign the paperwork, you send it off to the seller has to sign. After all that's said and done, now he's saying, okay, now he's going to come in, and all he's going to do is he's going to find a buyer for the house. That doesn't make sense, right? Because if you're doing all these 20 steps, why wouldn't you have a buyer?
Yeah.
Right? Because he's like, you're doing 20 steps, he's going to do 1 step. He's just gonna find the buyer and that's it. It doesn't make sense. And then the other issue is like, so this is something coming from my stock research, right? In 2023, I was looking at home builder stocks, and an array of other stocks dealing with the housing market. And what I noticed is certain stocks that deal with flipping houses, right? Because you hear all these real estate people say, oh yeah, you buy a house, you flip it, you buy this, flip it, you buy this, you flip it, $1 million, you know? The professionals, the actual home flipping professionals, they were not making money. In fact, their stocks are dropping, and you can see everything, right? You can see all their financial statements. You can see they're losing money, their stock is dropping. That's the reality of house flipping. It was tough. So for him to be like, oh yeah, you just flip this, buy this seller, find this buyer, it doesn't make sense. And I guess my final point, now that I'm thinking about it, is typically when a seller is making a contract, there's a time limit. So that's another reason for why if someone's doing that deal, there's a time limit. Where is he coming into all this?
Yeah.
Because there's a time limit, 7 to 14 day time limit. And all of a sudden he's just going to jump in and be like, I'll sell your house for you. It doesn't make sense. There's so many plot holes here, right? It sounds good for a beginner, but I think my final message is, because I don't want to overharp on this, the final message of all this is simply that this can work.
Yes.
This is something that can potentially work. It does happen in the real estate world. However, it is rare. It is rare for you to have someone who's wholesaling that does not already have a seller. And then he jumps in and he's the seller. He helps them sell the house, right? That can happen. And maybe it's happened in his real estate career once or twice. But for him to say, oh yeah, I just do 2 of them every month. Like, where are you going to find these deals? Thanks for watching a short clip of The Financial Doctor Reacts. To see the full episode, click over here. And to see my next upload, click over here.